Hello and welcome back to Hinckley LRFC and the final two games of the regular league season. First off, we take on Racing Club Warwick. We follow that up with a game against St Neots. The only other team that matter to us right now is Stourbridge. Stourbridge, though, will play Bedford, who are bottom of the league, clearly bottom of the league. And then in the last game of the season, they play Stratford, who may have something to play for, especially if we beat Warwick today. They'll have something to play for, and they'll be looking for survival. So it's a big game there. We'd expect Stourbridge to win both of them. If we win both of ours and they drop any points, we will go above them. Goal difference is very, very tight. So if we can just do our job, hopefully they slip up and we can find ourselves as champions and in the Vanarama North or South, depending on where we go. Also, we have had our youth intake day. The only player of any note is Jakob Holub. It says he's a left winger, defensive left winger, but it seems to me that he's more of a central midfielder. Definitely numbers-wise, if he can get his tackling improved, he definitely seems he can be a central midfielder, because otherwise all we seem to get are left midfielders through our youth intakes. So that's a bit of a worry. Everyone in the Leicestershire area wants to be writing gigs. But again, 6'11" lad, 16 years old, definitely someone that can do a job for us, I think. And definitely someone that I might have around the squad for next season. Definitely want to make sure that we get our youth playing a lot more next season, because for a stupid term, they are our future. And also, if we can get any of them of any value and make some money off them, that would be absolutely ideal. In terms of the team for today's match, it's Boyd in goal, Bailey, Burgess, Towers, Hutchins and Anakin, Williams and Ward in the midfield, Cham on the left, Wiltshire on the right, and Boyo playing just behind Tommy Wright. Let's get into it. We know our job. We have to win both of our games. We have to hope Stourbridge drop points. So let's get into it. I haven't seen any goals go in the Stourbridge game as of yet, which is a good thing, I suppose. That ball goes long and Kroll heads it down. Conlon now. Wiltshire dispossesses him. Right. Cham goes back to Bailey. Bailey looks down the line for Cham, has a bit of space, gets the cross in. Wiltshire gets up with a fast stick and heads it over the bar. Williams out from deep can bring it away. Ball over the top. Cham gets in behind the defence. Cham one-on-one. What can he do? It's a poor finish. Took his time. Probably should have took it a little bit earlier than what he did. And it remains 0-0. And there's a goal. Cham with the free kick in, missed by everyone. And Tommy Wright puts it in. And he completely caught me off guard there. And it's 1-0. Bailey with his corner kick. Whipped in, headed away. Jenkinson can pick it up. Back to Bailey. Pulls it back to Jenkinson. Fires it across goal and it remains 1-0. We have 5 minutes left. And I said that if we just won our games and Stourbridge lost one of them, we'd go above them. But they have absolutely smashed Bedford today. 5-1 victors. And we have hung on for a 1-0 victory in a game where I missed the goal. It was such a poor game. Not many highlights. But we have done our job here. We need to go and win the last game of the season against St Neots. We need to hope Stratford do a job on Stourbridge. I doubt it's going to happen, but we can only hope. And if we can do our job, score a couple of goals, we could win the league. Right then, final league game of the season is at the Leicester Road Stadium. We play St Neots, who are mid-table. Team is Boyd, Bailey, Burgess, Towers, Hutchins, Anakin, Williams and Phillips in midfield, Smith on the left, Wiltshire on the right, and Boyer playing just behind Wright. We've got to win. They play, as I say, Stourbridge play Stratford, who need to win to survive. The goal difference is now, I think 4 is the difference between us right now. So we need to score goals as well. We can't just rely on a 1-0 victory today. We need to get some goals. Let's get into it. I think it's a long shot. I think we're destined for the playoffs. But let's get into it. Hinckley Leicester Road, St Neots, last game of the league season. 15 minutes in here and it's been all St Neots. We've just got our first shot of the game. It is still 0-0 between Stratford and Stourbridge. Stratford need to win to secure survival today, though I don't think Warwick are playing, as Anakin heads that towards Wiltshire, picks the ball back up and goes back to Hutchins. Burgess Towers now, out to the near side and Bailey, up to Smith. What can Smith do now? Oh, great ball from Bailey. Can Wiltshire get there first? He can't, but he wins the ball back. Williams into Tommy Wright, and it's a great save by Campbell. Look to field, Wright wins it, and Richardson dispossesses Smith though, and here comes Rollinson to the byline, gets the ball in. Sadie with a header, and it's 1-0. Rollinson got to the byline. The cross into the near post. Sadie got there first, heads it in, beats Boyd at the near post, and it's in Neots 1, Hinckley Leicester Road 0. And Boyo, Phillips, Anakin now. Can we get an immediate response? Infield to Wiltshire. Phillips and Boyo. Nice little passage of play, hanging on to possession. That's what we need to do. We've gone long, and we know that that is a big issue because we've just conceded the ball. And now St Neots can do what we should have done and build from the back. Damon, Rollinson, Hoban as they come over halfway. Sadie now. Back to Hoban. Anderson. Great through ball. Sadie's through 1-on-1 and he's saved by Boyd. Tips it over the bar and it remains 1-0. And we hung on to the possession for a couple of minutes nicely. A long ball, conceding possession. And they do exactly what we need to be doing now and playing that ball nicely. We could do with not going to the playoffs with a defeat. It's just come up at the bottom of the screen. Stourbridge have gone 1-0 up at Stratford, so it doesn't really matter at the moment what we do. Although, like I say, I'd like to be able to get back into this game and not lose the last day of the season. Damon now, just inside the Hinckley half, bringing it forward to Chin. Chin with the ball over the top. Hoban's through, and somehow between the post and Boyd, they keep it out. It was poor goalkeeping, and my voice is really starting to go this morning. Sadie now pulls the ball back. Brown's free, and he heads it over the bar. So as the game ends here, we couldn't do our job. Poor performance. We lose 1-0 to St Neots. We didn't turn up at all. It means we're heading to the playoffs. We're going to finish second. Stourbridge did their bit though. 2 wins from the last 2 games. Both teams in the relegation zone. But they did the business. They have gone up as champions. They're in the Vanarama National, North or South, sorry, not National. And we have to go into the playoffs. And it is going to be a tough, tough ask. So before we end the episode, we're going to see who we get in the promotion playoffs. I thought it would be 2nd versus 5th and 3rd versus 4th. Doesn't seem to be that way. So let's hit automatic draw and let's see who we get. As Brackley come out first, and they play Hensford, so it is going to be 2nd against 5th and 3rd against 4th. I don't know if that's the rules. I think it is. But why we've had to draw that, I have no clue. So we know the job. We've got Leamington at home. That's the job. Winners take on Brackley or Hensford. And with that, we're going to end the episode here. We're going to come back tomorrow for the playoffs. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time for the playoffs. And let's see if we can make it to the Vanarama North or South.